Good evening. In this video, I wish to show you how to use Audacity. To start with, I should tell you that I have very little experience with this program. I taught a class on it the other night, and I had used it the day before to teach myself how to teach the class. So bear with me, because there were several people who were not in the class. I want to make this video so that they can look at it. Now, here's the program. It's pretty easy to understand. It's just sort of there. And it has a record button. Now, there's some important things that you want to do when you're setting up Audacity to record a video. First of all, you want to make sure your microphone is listed on there. Tonight, I'm using the ART USB microphone. The one that I'm recommending to you, as a matter of fact, all of the recording that I'm going to be doing on this video and the next video is straight in USB microphone, and I'm using the Audio-Technica ATR USB microphone. It's the 2100. It's a good one. Here you can choose either mono or stereo. For podcasting, I like mono. If you want to use stereo, it's okay. So that's what this all is. Now, all of these things do different things, which we will talk about as we go. But to start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a very small version of Clearwater Podcasters, our imaginary podcast. And then we'll come back and we'll edit in some opening and some closing music to it. And I'll show you how this is all done, if I can remember how to do it. So let's try, shall we? First way we do is we come up here and we push the record button and then start talking. Well, as you can see, we are recording. That's pretty cool. We are recording. And you can tell. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about this software is you see this 5 right here. You want to keep all of these things in between the 5s. You don't want to talk loud into it. If you do, it does this, and this is called clipping. You see that? We don't want to clip. So we've now done this. Now we're going to stop this, okay, because I want to show you a few things before we get going. Now, you want to listen to this and see what it sounds like? Let's listen. Well, as you can see, we are recording. That's pretty cool. We are recording. And you can tell. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about this software is you see this 5 right here. You want to keep all of these things in between the 5s. You don't want to talk loud into it. If you do, it does this, and this is called clipping. You see that? We don't want to clip. So we've now done this. Now we're going to stop. Okay, what I did is I changed the view so you could see all of that. So let's push this again. Well, as you can see, you see here, we are recording. You got a pretty good idea what it all is. But let's say we wish to edit out this loud noise that we made. It's a little bit more difficult in here. First thing we have to do is we come over here and we push this button, which is called the selection tool. And we bring it over here and we just kind of go rump, like there. There's the loud thing that we recorded. And then we go on the computer and we push the delete key. And I need better lighting to see the delete key. There it is. Now it's gone. And, it is totally gone. So that is now, and this is called clipping. You see that? We don't want to clip. So we've now done so we this. Got rid now of that. And what we want to do now is we want to go back to the very beginning, and then we can play. And well, as you can see, that part is gone. We are recording. And the video is right there. That's pretty cool. So that's how this is done. And you can tell what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to push the file button here, and I'm going to do a new one. We're just going to do a new one. And now we're going to do a short version of the podcast where we'll edit everything in. And hopefully we will do it correctly. I mean, we'll see. Taking a drink of Diet Coke, push the record button, and go. Well, hello, and welcome to Clearwater Podcasters. My name is Michael Kroos, and on this edition of Clearwater Podcasters, we're going to try out a different software package. The software package we're using to record this is called Audacity. It is absolutely free. You can do all kinds of recording with it. It's just a little clunkier than some of the commercially available software. I use Adobe Audition myself, and it's, I'm used to it. I can do it faster, and the editing is easier on there, but the editing on this is really not bad. So this is it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Clearwater Podcasters podcast. And there it is. I've recorded the podcast. Now, let's view this if we can. Fit to width. There's the whole podcast right there. So now we want to add our opening music to it, correct? So what we want to do is we want to go here to File, and I got to move this thing over so you can see the file thing. I want to go to File, and with this, we import an audio file, and we're going to pull this from my desktop, and this is my opening music. So we will stick that in there, and boom goes the dynamite. There's the opening music. But you can see that my opening music is a little bit longer than my talk here. But here's what we're going to do. We want music to happen first, and then we go into it that way. So what do we do now? We come over and we take the envelope. No, we don't take the envelope tool. I'm sorry. We take this one. It's the time shift tool. I call it the movie thingy. Okay? We just grab this and we move this down. I guess we'll do the opening and closing music all together on one file. Now let's listen to it and see what it sounds like right now, shall we? There's the opening music. And you see coming up is the talking. Well, hello and welcome to Clearwater Podcast. Now, you see the music's way too loud here. And on this edition, that's not going to work. We got to fix that. So we can fix that. It's kind of cool how we do that on there. It's totally different. We take this little thing here. It's called the envelope tool. I call it the squeezy thingy. And we take that, and then we go here, okay? And we don't want to squeeze the whole thing. We want to squeeze part of it. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. We do it here. Now we are squeezing part of it real low. Okay, that's pretty cool. But we want the music to come back up when we're over here at the end. So let's try this. The music is lower now, so we should be able to, not hear it as loud during this thing. Now we're going to come here to the end, and we're going to click this, and I think we can make it go up. But I don't think I want to do it there. We got to play with this a little bit. We want to come over here and do it. Yeah. After I'm done talking, we want to send it back up. So let's listen to it now and see if this worked. Okay? Shall we do this? There's the music. It's nice and loud. Now I'm going to start talking here. This music's got to come down. Let's see if it does it. Well, hello and welcome to Clearwater Podcasters. And my name is Michael Gross. It did come down. This edition of Clearwater Podcasters, but I think it's still a little bit too loud. So let's go back. The software package where you and try this again. Let's come back here and take this down a little bit more and come over here and take it down a little bit more. Now let's try it. See if this is better. Is this better? Now we'll see how this works. We're doing this together. We're exploring this program together. Okay. Well, hello and welcome to Clearwater Podcasters. My name is Michael Gross, and on this edition of Clearwater Podcasters, we're going to try out a different software package. Seems to be working. The software package we're using to record this is called Audacity. It is absolutely free. You can do all kinds of recording with it. It's just a little clunkier than some of the commercially available software. I use Adobe Audition myself, and it's, I'm used to it. I can do it faster, and the editing is easier on there, but the editing on this is really not bad. So this is it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Clearwater Podcasters podcast. And then the music gets loud again. All right, that's nice. Except, you know what? I still think it's too loud in here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to make it smaller yet. And come over here, and make it smaller yet, and then let it build up from there. And then we will do that. By the way, you can do all kinds of edits like this. If you wanted to take out breaths and things like that, you could do it. And another nice thing about this program is, say we're looking like right here and we wanted to zoom in on it. We could zoom in on it right there with using this little program. Say, I don't exactly know how, but there's what we do. See, we can zoom in and come in a little bit more. Yeah, so you can zoom in wherever you want the thing to be. And this is how it's all done. Now, how do I zoom out? I guess we do this. And there we are again. Oh, look, that zoomed it way out. We want to come back in just a little bit. There we go. Now we're back to the screen. So here's the podcast. It's now done. How do we save the podcast? Well, let's do that. We want to get the video down. We're at almost 11 minutes. We want to wrap this up. So we now export, and you can export it as an MP3 or a WAV. I'm going to suggest exporting it as a WAV, and I'll tell you why. Because you can go through this, using this program, you can go through and you can balance it all and you can get all the levels and all that. I don't know how to do that. I cheat a little bit. So I'll show you how. We're going to export this as a WAV, and we're going to put it on the desktop, and we're going to call it Clearwater Podcasters 1.1, just for fun, as a WAV file. And now your tracks are being mixed down and exported into one stereo file. That's nice. Isn't that nice? That's nice. And you say, okay. And now here's something else. Meta tags. Meta tags are no longer necessary with the newer software that we have. I'm going to clear the meta tags and just say, okay. We'll talk more about meta tags at another time. And so now this should be exported to the desktop. So let's go to the desktop and see if we can find it. Okay, now we're going to get rid of that one. And let's see if we can find Clearwater Podcasters. Is this it hiding down here? Yes, this is it. Now, we're going to open up this program called the Levelator. You can get this free on the internet. Now we're going to take this file and we're going to put it in here. And look what it's doing. It's leveling it all out and making it look real nice. And then it creates a new file, which I put right here, called CP1 output file. All right, now let's buzz back to Audacity here. And here is our original file, okay? But, well, I tell you what, let us open up, if we can, the original file as we completed it on this software. Okay, so we're doing that, and there's what it looks like now, all right? But let's open up, if we can, the software after we've run it through the Levelator, which is this file. Now look at this. And now look at it after it's been levelized. And you can see that it looks a lot different, and it is now more level. Let's listen to it just for a second. It is still, just what we did, but it's all one file now. It's a stereo file. Well, hello, and welcome to Clearwater Podcasters. My name is Mike. So that's nice. But now we want to export it as an MP3 because we use MP3s to upload to our services. The reason we did this all in a WAV file is the Levelator does not accept MP3s. So we had to make it as a WAV file. So now we're going to export this as an MP3, and we're going to call it Clearwater Podcasters 1.3. So now it's just a different file, and it's an MP3 file. And we'll push save, and there it is. And it is exporting it as a standard file. And that is how it's done in Audacity. And if you look here, we're not going to save any of this. We're not going to save any of this. If you look here, And get rid of all of this stuff now. Yeah, we don't want any of it. If you look here, here's the file. And it is a MP3 file. And it'll play on any MP3 player that you have. So that's how we do this, and that's how we use the levelator. I hope this answered all of your questions. We're going to do another video in just a moment that will show you on how to use the commercial software Adobe Audition.